You see this smile on my face? You want to know why I have it? It's because I just watched a really enjoyable show. And this anime had just about everything I wanted in an anime. And if you're wondering what the name of the show is, brace yourselves, it's a pretty long one. It's called the Ossan Newbie Adventure Trained to Death by the Most Powerful Party Became Invincible. I can't even say the name with a straight face, it's just so comedically long. And let me tell you, this show was way better than I expected it to be. It's rated a 7.38 on Mal, which in my opinion is pretty high. I think like a 7.3 or a 7.2 and above usually is a pretty good show, because for the general consensus of people to agree that it's like above that ranking, there's got to be something good about it, and usually there is. And in this case, it was way better than what I thought it would be. The show is about a newbie adventurer starting his adventuring journey at the ripe age of 30, so he's pretty much a spring chicken, ripe as rain, I would say. And pretty much as stated in the name, he was trained by a really strong party and became really strong himself. And this show was great. It was pretty much just a middle-aged man chasing after his dreams with a bunch of lovable characters, a lot of personality in the show, a lot of emotions, which is like a really great change of pace for me because I just came off of something where the main character had like zero emotions. So this was pretty hype. And this show was overflowing with emotions, happiness, sadness, anger, the whole 9 yards. And I just love it when there's a bunch of emotion in a show, especially from the characters. Most of the time, it just enhances the experience for me. This show gave me very slight One Punch Man vibes with how overpowered the main character was at most times. And there are quite a few things I can list that I did find enjoyable about the show. And the main compliment I have is the characters. Each one has a very unique and fun personality. Even the characters that you're like not supposed to like, they're supposed to be kind of like bad characters. Most of the time they end up having a charm to them that makes it so you can't really dislike them anyway. And I think making almost every character likable in some way is definitely worth some applause. And not even for just the way characters act, the way characters look is so cool and refreshing, especially the main character's party. All these people look so cool. The diversity of the characters in this show is absolutely phenomenal. And I also just love how silly the show is. Now there is no comedy tag in the show, but they can't fool me. This is absolutely a comedy at times. There were so many parts that just had me laughing out loud, whether intentionally or not. Super funny stuff, very cool. And because of all these funny and non-serious moments, they made the serious moments hit even harder. There was just such a good mesh of silly, funny, wholesome, serious characters and situations that it just all worked together so well. Now the animation in this show wasn't anything like too groundbreaking or special, but it was definitely decent, acceptable to the point where I didn't have any complaints about it at any time. And this was a great show to start because it absolutely re-sparked my interest in anime. So I'll definitely be going on another anime watching spree soon. And I do have like one small complaint about the show. And it's that in shows like this, usually I really enjoy the part where the main character has to like go around adventuring and he like finds teammates and builds up his party that way. But in this one, he pretty much has a party from the beginning, so there wasn't much like teammate gathering or like friend making or anything like that. There was some, but I wish there was more. And honestly, if there is a second season, I do think they'll do more of that in the second season, so it's not really that big of a problem. And I just love how this show is like a very upbeat and wholesome and like inspirational show, because the main character is like too old to start being an adventurer, but he does it anyway because it's his dream. It's just so nice. I always appreciate shows that are just full of good vibes, and this one absolutely had great vibes. The intro and outro were also pretty cool, because in the outro it would like show a bunch of pictures of scenes that happened in that episode. So it was like a little bit different for each outro, I'm pretty sure. And I swear I've heard something similar to the intro song somewhere before, but I just can't put my finger on it. So if anyone knows any songs that are like very similar to the intro song of this anime, hit me up in the comments, because not knowing is going to be bothering me for a while. I feel like I've forgotten at least half of the things I wanted to critique or at least talk about for the show. But oh well. Now for my rating of this show, I'm probably going to rate it a 9.5 out of 10. I just ended up having a lot of fun with it, to be honest. Now don't go into it expecting like 9.5 out of 10 quality or anything like that. I'm mostly basing this off of my enjoyment of the show, and everyone will probably enjoy it a different amount, so I definitely recommend checking it out to make your own opinion on it. But yeah, that's probably going to be it from me. If you watched it, tell me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one.